Hello, this is Dennis with White Horse Media, and we're going to do a quick tutorial helping you utilize your HTML editor in your PHP 1.0 control panel. The first thing we want to do is show you how to work on a page so that it's not published yet, and so people can't get to it. Basically, I've got this test page created already, so I'm going to go into the edit of it, and basically I've just give it a title, test. I don't have any content in it yet. I set a sort order near the top of the menu so I can see it easily without paging through, and I'm going to be creating a page type area, so that's why I selected here. The only thing you do is leave this menu box unchecked, and in doing that, since it's not checked, when I look at the website there's no list of it over here, so nobody else can get to it but me. However, up here where it says in this case title equals test, notice when I click the home page it equals home. Okay, well, I'm working on the test page and I don't have a link to it, so I'm going to type in test, hit enter, and it's showing me now the test page. We can see it because I have it listed here. Okay, so that's how I'm able to work on this without anybody seeing it until I get ready for it. When I'm ready to publish it, then all I have to do is click the menu button here. Okay, so some of the quick things we're going to show you is first of all some text. I'm going to copy this from the notepad where I already have it. Jump back to my web area here, and holding down the control key and pressing V will put this information in here. The information says basically what I'd like to say. I'm just going to real quickly change the size of it to make it bigger, like an 18, so it's kind of huge. Basically, if you type in a bunch of text and don't hit enter or don't hit anything, it'll wrap itself on the web page. And I'll show you that real quick as an update. And you notice it sets itself to the width of the content area that you have, and it wraps itself as needed, and will let the page grow as long as it needs to for whatever content you have. Okay, but if you want more control over that, you can of course change things. But one thing to remember, if you do want a page break, or I'm sorry, a line break, don't hit the enter key. The enter key actually creates a new paragraph, which is handy if you want to apply some different formatting to a block of text, but it's not necessarily what you want, just to put some spaces between your lines. So what I'm going to do right here is just hold my shift key down and press enter, and that gives me one page break, and I can type right there. But I'm going to go ahead and make it look like a paragraph, so I'm going to do that again, shift and enter, and I've got a new area. Okay, and then I'll save this. And then as I refresh the page here, you can see I've got a new area and it lines up just like I want to. You can put, use the Shift Enter key to put more blank spaces in there if you want to. Now, where the Enter key comes in handy is, let's say I wanted this to be centered. If I highlighted it and wanted it to be centered, press the center key, it centers everything. And the reason it does that is because right now in the source where it's created the HTML, everything is inside this one paragraph. There's the beginning of it and here's the end of it. Okay, so we'll use the enter key to actually create a new paragraph. I'm going to backspace one time, and then I'm going to hit my enter key to bring it back down there, and that's actually created some new code in there, and it actually puts in a new paragraph and an end of a new paragraph. So since this is a different paragraph, it's going to be formatted differently than the top one. I can click anywhere in it, click center, and it centers that information for me. And then of course when I apply it to the web page, you can see that it's centered but the other section's not. So that gives you some control over that. That's a question that comes up sometimes. Let's look at doing a couple other things. Let's put a link in here. We're going to link this to the CNN website. All we want to do is go up to the link button and click it. We want to select that this is a URL. We could select email and it would give us an area to put our email address in and other information that we might need, but we want to do a URL to another website, and let's go ahead and do it to CNN.com. And if we leave it just like this and enter it, it would take them right to the CNN website and away from your website. We don't really want that to happen. We want them to go there, but when they get done, to wind up back at yours. So click on the target selection at the top of the page there, and then you want to select a new window, which is going to give you a new window basically for them to go to. And we look here, we have a link. I'll go ahead and save this so we can take a peek at what that does on the website. Refresh it, and now as my hand rolls over it, it uses the same rules that we put on these over here. As far as what it looks like, everything in color, unless you change it in the editor, and I didn't change anything. So but as I click this, it's going to be opening the CNN website over here, and you can see how that works. And of course just close it down when you're finished with that. Other things we can do, there's really all sorts of things you can do with your text, and And if you want to remove that link, you can highlight it and just click unlink, and that'll take care of it. Takes that link right out of there. Now, say trying to think if there's anything else we need to cover. Fonts, I do want to cover that. There's a limited number of fonts you can use on the website, on most websites, because the fonts you can use are relative to what's on the server, not on your computer. In other words, the fonts you have on your computer are specific to your computer and can be used on your computer. The fonts that will show on your website is only the ones that's on the server, and these are pretty much the standard ones you can use. Now you can change, select different fonts for any area you have highlighted. Select a different font for it. Make it to home or whatever size. You can change the color of it, that kind of thing. Just a lot of shortcuts and things you can do like that. Bold, italicized, underline, all sorts of things like that. So some other things you can do. You do have an area up here. You can add some smileys if you want to, and if you want to add smiley in there for something, you can do that. So just a lot of things you can do from there to let the average person be able to do a lot of stuff with their website and make it look good. And we'll be showing some of the tutorials on different things, like how to line things up in columns and stuff like that in future tutorials.